Welcome to World News. Zelensky warns Russia is buying other countries after Ukraine. Kyiv/Mariupol, Ukraine. April 23. Reuters. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky warned that Russia's invasion of his country was just the beginning and that Moscow has designs on capturing other countries, after the Russian general said it wants full control over southern Ukraine. All the nations that, like us, believe in the victory of life over death must fight with us. They must help us, because we are the first in line. And who will come next? Zelensky said in a video address late on Friday. Rustam Minakov, deputy commander of Russia's Central Military District, was quoted by Russian state news agencies as saying full control over southern Ukraine would give it access to Transnistria, a breakaway Russian-occupied part of Moldova in the west. Read more. That would cut off Ukraine's entire coastline and mean Russian forces pushing hundreds of miles further west, past the major Ukrainian coastal cities of Mykolaiv and Odessa. The statement was one of the most detailed about Moscow's ambitions in Ukraine and suggests Russia does not plan to wind down its offensive there anytime soon. Ukraine's defense ministry said Minakov's comments showed Russia was no longer hiding its intentions. Moscow, it said on Twitter, had now acknowledged that the goal of the second phase of the war is not victory over the mythical Nazis, but simply the occupation of eastern and southern Ukraine. Imperialism, as it island Russia says it is conducting a special military operation to demilitarize Ukraine and liberate its population from dangerous nationalists. Ukraine and its Western allies call Russia's February 24th invasion an unjustified war of aggression. Moldova's foreign ministry said it had summoned Moscow's ambassador on Friday to express deep concern about the general's comments. Moldova was neutral, it said. Moldova last month applied to join the European Union, charting the pro-Western course hastened by Russia's invasion. U.S. State Department spokesperson Jalina Porter said Washington firmly supported Moldova's sovereignty. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov declined to comment when asked if Russia had expanded the goals of its operation and how Moscow saw the political future of southern Ukraine. As U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken met Ukrainian Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal in Washington, Zelensky said allies were finally delivering the weapons Kyiv had asked for. President Joe Biden said on Thursday he had authorized a further $800 million in military aid for Ukraine, including heavy artillery, ammunition and drones. Canada said on Friday it had provided more heavy artillery to Ukraine. Read more. A senior EU official said the next couple of weeks would likely be decisive. Russia's attack on Ukraine continues. In Donetsk region, Russia's attack of Ukraine continues in the village of Mykolarohan, in Kharkiv region. A man walks near damaged buildings in Mariupol. 1/5 the Ukrainian soldier jumps of a destroyed Russian tank on the outskirts of the village of Mykolarohan, amid Russia's invasion of Ukraine, in Kharkiv region. Ukraine, April 20, 2022. Picture taken April 20, 2022. Reuters/Alkes Konstantinidis. We are likely to see a very significant increase in the intensity of Russian military attacks in the east and on the coast, he told reporters. Ukraine's military said Russia is continuing its offensive operations in the east, trying to establish full control of the Donetsk and Luhansk regions and secure a land connection to Crimea. Russian forces are also partially blockading the city of Kharkiv, according to a Saturday morning update from Ukraine's general staff. In Mykolaiv, 87 civilians have died in the invasion, including one child, Mayor Oleksandr Senkevich said late Friday on his Facebook page. Nearly 400 people have been wounded. Reuters could not independently verify the report. Ramzan Kadyrov, the leader of Russia's Chechnya region who has often described himself as Putin's foot soldier, wrote on his official Telegram account late on Friday that Chechnya was deploying hundreds of additional volunteers to fight for Russia in Ukraine. In Geneva, The United Nations Human Rights Office said there was growing evidence of Russian war crimes, including indiscriminate shelling and summary executions. It said Ukraine also appeared to have used weapons with indiscriminate effects. Russia denies targeting civilians and says, without evidence, that signs of atrocities committed by its soldiers were faked. Ukraine has previously said it will punish any soldiers found to have committed war crimes. Russia said it had securely blockaded thousands of Ukrainian troops holed up in a huge steel works in Mariupol, the main port of the Donbass, a day after President Vladimir Putin said the army would not bother rooting them out. Putin declared victory in the city after a nearly 2-month siege. In the Russian-held section of Mariupol, dazed-looking residents ventured out this week to a background of charred apartment blocks and wrecked cars. Volunteers in white hazmat suits and masks drove the ruins, collecting bodies from apartments and loading them onto a truck marked with the letter Z, symbol of Russia's invasion. Ukraine estimates tens of thousands of civilians have died in Russia's siege of the city and says 100,000 civilians are still there and need full evacuation. Deputy Prime Minister Irina Vereshchuk on Friday said there is a possibility a humanitarian corridor out of Mariupol could be opened up on Saturday. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres will visit Moscow on Tuesday to meet Putin and discuss urgently bringing peace to Ukraine, a spokesperson said, adding that Guterres will then head to Kyiv for talks with Zelenskiy. The U.S. military expects more than 20 countries to attend Ukraine-focused defense talks it will host in Germany next week that will focus in part on Kyiv's long-term defense needs, the Pentagon said on Friday.